What's up, guys? It's Joey with Algorithm. Today, I'm here to talk to you about your USP, your unique selling proposition. So all companies need to have this. Pretty much all successful businesses, I'm moving my mic. I apologize if that shaky sound was moving around. Pretty much all successful companies have this. And sadly, most people, most clients that we've had, when we first get them, do not have one. They have nothing to really separate themselves from the marketplace. Now, it's not always true, because maybe organically you do have one because of the way your service or your product or your fulfillment is. You might build a reputation for a certain thing, but you're not actively promoting that special sauce. We call it the special sauce. It's the sizzle in your business. So what is it that makes you different than all the other companies and competition? Why do people choose you over somebody else? Why? What do you use when you're marketing, in your brochures, in your flyers, in your advertisements, in your websites, in your messaging? How do you use your uniqueness to your advantage? If you understand the blue ocean strategy, you understand that when there's a whole bunch of people, or the red ocean strategy, there's a whole bunch of people in one spot, and there's a lot of clutter out there. So you have lots of competition. And if you don't stand out for some reason or another, you're probably not going to have very good success, especially in advertising and in business growth in general. Now, if you can find a way to stand out, to be in a different position, we call this a blue ocean, then you're going to have a lot more success and more bang for your buck for every advertising dollar you spend. So the unique selling proposition, or USP, or a slogan, or whatever you want to call it. There's lots of different marketers that call these different things. This is just the most commonly used one, so we'll stick with that for now. Is basically the slogan that you're going to use that separates you from the competitors. And in this slogan, it's going to always have the benefits of what you do, why you're better, authority-driven, and you want to make it established to where, I'm so sorry, I'm stuttering right now. You want it to establish who you are in the marketplace with one glance, and you want it to be memorable. So that way people always remember who you are. So I'm going to share my screen here. So let's see how this works here. Let's talk about FedEx. They are, by the way, I'm trying this new screen sharing thing, and I can't seem to get the play button because all my controls are in the way. So bear with me here. The USP is a unique selling proposition. I put together just a couple samples for you that we can go over just so you can see the idea. And then at the end of this, there's also a framework you can use to plug and play and try out different unique selling propositions. And I stole the framework from somebody. It is not my invention. So first one, Avis, the car company. They were ranked number 2 in the industry. And so their new slogan, which is freaking amazing, they changed it to, we're number 2, we try harder. So basically, they're taking a negative to being second place and making it a positive. So they took the negative and said, hey, well, we're number 2, so that means we try harder to make you happier so we can become number 1. And that's an amazing positioning. They've actually made lots of money by doing this. The second one that we're going to talk about, FedEx. When it's absolutely, positively needs to be there overnight. So what they're doing there is first off, they're establishing authority. Like they're the guys that's going to make sure your package gets there overnight. And they're also establishing a guarantee. So now we know, shit, man, I got to send out this package and it has to be there tomorrow. Well, fuck, FedEx. They're the ones that had that slogan that has to be there overnight. So they must be the people I should go ship with. Now, there's other companies that ship overnight shipping, but because of this slogan, it's in your mind, and it's in all the consumers' minds that FedEx is the quickest shipping. So now you see how that works with the branding element. The next one, De Beers, a diamond is forever. So they chose this for a lot of different reasons. First off, diamonds do last forever if you take care of them, and they want to make sure that if you buy a diamond that lasts forever, that your love will last forever. So they're positioning it with quality, and then they're positioning it with emotion. So they're trying to say, if you want your love to last forever, you better get a De Beers diamond that's going to last forever. And so they are the number 1 diamond selling company because of these type of slogans. And everybody's heard this slogan before, so there you go. Domino's Pizza. Get it fresh, hot, delivered to your door in 30 minutes or less, or it's free. That is just a flat-out guarantee, which is awesome. It's also like a benefit. Like it's quick, they're fast, they're trying to promote that they're efficient and quick. So if you want fast pizza and you're hungry right now, the first person you're going to think of is Domino's, because it's guaranteed delivery in 30 minutes. Other pizza places sometimes take 45 minutes or an hour. In fact, some even take 20 minutes. But because they don't advertise this slogan to saying that, oh yeah, well, if Domino's is 30 minutes, we do 20. Because they're not positioning themselves as faster than Domino's, Domino's is always going to win the race as far as the quickest pizza. Whether they're better or not, they're not even saying that they're the best quality and tasting pizza. They're saying they're fresh and they're hot, but it's going to be delivered within 30 minutes. That's the key. So that's what's differentiating themselves from better quality pizza. So sometimes, if you're more hungry, you'll order Domino's rather than a better pizza because, well, you're going to get it quicker. So these are just some examples. Now, here's a framework that I stole plain out from John Carlton's Copywriting Secrets book, where basically he writes it out this way. His strategy is a little bit different, but it's still really good. And it's a good place to start because it's starting to really figure out who your customer is, what you do for them, what makes you different, and why you're better. Then you can kind of craft that into a maybe more of a sexy sounding slogan if you want to. So his thing is, we help customers, so you insert your customers, do blank, whatever the benefit of what you're teaching them to do. So not necessarily, it could be anything, whatever the benefit is, not necessarily the feature though. Better than competitors or common wisdom. So basically, you're establishing yourself. You don't have to say better, but you can basically point out what the difference is between you and competitors, or common knowledge. Common knowledge meaning if everybody thinks that this is the way things are, you can actually go in there and say, well, you think it's that way, but we're not that way. So you can change it a little bit. So that's competitor common wisdom, even if the worst case scenario. So even if you are blank bad at doing whatever. So there's lots of different things. I made it a really quick example one. I'm not very proud of it. I would like to spend more time on this. But here's a quick one where we help businesses make advertising profitable and reliable better than large, expensive agencies, even if you've never advertised before. So what we're trying to do, or what I was trying to do in this example, was to basically get small to medium-sized businesses, $1 million to $5 million, that don't really have enough money to spend $20,000 a month on large advertising agencies, which, by the way, that's what they cost. And we want to make sure that we're trying to differentiate ourselves from the large guys to the medium-sized guys, but we also have the talent and skill sets of the large guys. So even if you've never advertised before, you can jump into this and be successful, and it's going to be profitable and reliable. So that's a small strategy. Our actual tagline, mantra, slogan is the anti-agency. We've always had it, algorithm, the anti-agency, because when we first started, we started off with big agency clients. We're in the big agency world, and there's lots of fees and weird charges, and it was just really shady. And so when we decided to do our agency as a medium-sized business agency, we wanted to make sure there were no weird things. No, we want to come into this with integrity. We have flat fees, flat costs for everything. Our clients, really, we over-deliver for whatever we get charged or whatever we charge. We want to make sure that people are happy. We're not scammy. If something goes wrong, we fix it. So large agencies don't do that stuff. So we want to differentiate ourselves that we are not that. We're not the corporate large marketing agency. We're the anti-agency, and that we're here for you. So that was kind of our thinking behind it. We'll probably revamp that in the next year or so, or maybe even sooner. But I wanted to give you some examples, a framework that you can use. So this is the framework that you can use. Jot this down. I'll try to even put this in the notes inside of our section here. I'm not even sure. Guys, I'm still working on this whole platform that we're using, this new e-com platform. Let me try posting it. No idea if that worked. I just posted some. Oh my God, it worked. So go to bond-ing.com if you'd like us to go over all this with you, help you build your USP, so that way we can create your advertisements and actually make it more profitable and reliable, so that way you can understand how much money you're making and when it's coming in and how often it's going to come in. Because it's not just about sending an advertisement out and just kind of hoping it's going to rain money right now. It's about building a plan. Starting off with your USP, taking that USP, letting it trickle down all the way through your advertising, your messaging, your websites, your call to actions, your headlines, your images, your videos. Everything's going to incorporate this unique selling proposition. So that way when you do advertise, it's strategic and done with purpose. Then once you get that rolling, we can automate these things. So that way you know you're spending X amount a month on advertising and services, and you're making, in return, this much money a month. And then we can start to scale and turn different levers as we go. So the goal is to